I'm going to quickly tell the story of Monica. Monica is a student of mine who came into class on the first day, and she sort of didn't take me all that seriously, which isn't totally surprising. But she didn't take me all that seriously when I said, you're going to write a book. And she turned to me and she goes, like a book? And I was like, yeah, like a book. She's like a book on anything? Yeah, like a book on anything. Like you can write on whatever you want, I don't care. And she's like anything, anything? And I was like, I don't know what to say anymore here. Like, yes, anything, anything. She's like, well, I really like beer. I was like, great, write a book on beer. She's like, are you just saying that? Like, am I going to fail this class? I was like, no, write a book on whatever you care about. Write a book on beer, for God's sakes. I don't care, right? Write a book on something you believe in, you care about.
I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
I'd say pick a topic that's fun, that you want to learn about, it's a hobby. I remember the beginning of the class you said pick 10 people that you would want to hang out with. And one of my groups was beer drinkers. So, you know, I obviously didn't have that much knowledge of the craft beer industry going in, and this book, it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I've tried a lot of different beers now. And it's one of those things that you're going to continue to grow knowledge in and grow interest in. You know, I still, when I go to Total Wine & More at home with my dad, I'll literally sit in the craft beer aisle and just go up and down for like a half hour. You know, and so pick a topic that's fun. It doesn't need to be anything private equity or, you know, your new algorithm of a trading system. You know, it doesn't have to be anything super profound, I don't think. I think it's just have fun with it.
And so Monica wrote an amazing book called Graduate Your Beer Craft, a poor college kid's guide to craft beer. Her learning is that as she was going out and working early in her career, she would go out for drinks at work. She didn't like wine, but she didn't feel good ordering like a Bud Light or a Natty Light or something like that. She's like, I look like an amateur. And I was like, yeah, you probably do. So she basically wrote a book on how to understand and order craft beer to look like a professional. That was her book, and it was wonderful. The day before graduation, Monica sent me a note. And she said, listen, Professor Koester, I'm graduating tomorrow, and I don't have a job. And I was like, I know, gosh, that's terrible. Like, what are you trying to do? She's like, well, I've been interviewing, I've been trying to do this stuff, but I don't have a job. And I was like, where are you applying at? Where are you interviewing at? She's like, well, like, you know, kind of like marketing companies and sports companies and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, didn't you just write a book on beer? She's like, yeah, I wrote a book on beer. It was awesome. It was like one of my most amazing classes. And I was like, yeah, you wrote a book on beer, right? Anything missing in that list of places you're applying? She's like, I don't know. What are you talking about? How about you reach out to a few beer companies or a few companies in the alcohol space or whatever it is, you love that. She's like, are you just saying that? Like, you can't really mean that. I was like, yeah, I really mean it. I really mean it. Reach out to companies of something you love, right? It doesn't have to be the traditional thing. Like, it doesn't have to be that. Pick something you love. I said, okay, I guess I can do that. So she sent a few emails out to people, a few companies. The next week she texted me, 6 interviews lined up. What? She's like, I couldn't get an interview for her to save my life, and now suddenly she had it. She says, listen, I've got a really exciting interview lined up from 2 weeks from now. I'll let you know how it goes. It's the leading beer distributor on the entire East Coast. She said, basically, he's going to meet me at Union Station, and we're going to have an interview, and hopefully it'll lead to the next interview and stuff like that. So she went to Union Station to meet him at 11 a.m. for her scheduled interview time, and he texted her about 5 minutes beforehand, like, hey, I'm running late. Can we do noon? He's like, sure, I can do noon. She had a 2 o'clock train. She's fine. She'll make her train backward to where she needs to go. So at about, 11:55, gets another text. Yeah, can we do 12:30? Like, sure, fine, 12:30. Fine, great. 1 o'clock. Hey, sorry I was late. How about we do 1:15? She's like, listen, I have a train to catch at 2. He's like, I'll make it. 1:25, he texts her, and he says, all right, I'm in the Starbucks. Where are you? She's like, I'm in the Starbucks. They realize they're in different Starbucks. She runs across the entire Union Station. She finally gets to this place. She walks in. She's sweaty. A bird had pooped on her that day. It's a terrible day for her, right? She walks in. Again, right now, think of it. It's 1:35. She walks in, a sweaty mess, and she sits down. And he's like, so, I heard you wrote a book. She's like, yeah. She pulled out of her bag, like a book, never asked for a resume, had never even seen her resume. Said, yeah, cool, let me see it. Gave it to her. He's like, it's yours. He's like, would you sign it for me? Again, her future boss. Would you sign it for me? She's like, sure. Asked her a whole bunch of questions about it, kept going on and on. And basically at this point, it's about 1:45 or so. She's like, hey, listen, can we talk about like when my next interview will be? I'll come in or whatever it is. Like, I got to catch my train. He's like, oh, there's no next interview. I'm going to make you an offer right now. He walked outside, confirmed an offer, came back at 1:50, gave her an offer, she ran up to her train, and she now works in the marketing department of that company. That is the power of creating your own credibility. That is the power of pursuing what you love. All of us have it in us. We just don't realize that it's not enough for us to rely on the old ways to do it. Every one of us, bird shit and all on us, can wind up having whatever we want to do if we wind up creating our own credibility. And that's the magic of what creators do.